Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with another reading. We're going to be finding out how people are currently feeling you. So I find these readings really fun because I understand not everyone likes the love reading or can always relate to it, and some people are like, oh, I want more readings that are geared towards everyone. So I love doing these readings. I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you who has gone out of your way to continuously support this page. It really does mean the world to me. And for those of you who have been really supportive to support my other page, which is called Awkward Confidence. Now, if you're new here, I do have another channel called Awkward Confidence. Feel free to take a browse on what I do. I actually have uploaded a new video on there, so feel free to pry all you want. And also, I have a backup channel that I would really thoroughly appreciate if you guys could subscribe to, because I will be uploading tarot stuff there. Just let me know what you want me to upload on that channel. Some of you may want me to upload my subliminals on that channel, but the reason why I've been holding off on that is because I'm not very passionate about making subliminals. I only made subliminals because, you know, quick story time. Someone made subliminals that had really evil messages and were making people feel depressed and suicidal. And I got paranoid. I started to think, oh, I don't want to be listening to just anybody's subliminals now. I need to make my own. And that's what led me to making my own subliminals, because I couldn't trust other people's subliminals because I didn't know whether they were legit or not. But I wasn't actually passionate about it. To be fair, I'm more of a consumer. I really love listening and using other people's subliminals, so long as that they are free of anything that's negative, right? But yeah, so it's just paranoia that led me down to that path, but it's not something I'm very passionate about. So that's why I refuse to make another channel separate to that, you know? But who knows? If it's really wanted and you guys really want it by popular demand, maybe at some point I'll consider it, but if I can fit it in my time schedule, that is. Anyways, that's long. If you guys are interested in crystals, or you work with crystals, or crystals just work for you, because let's be real, they don't work for everyone, right? And you want to bring certain intentions into your life, such as love, prosperity, increased intuition, protection, whatever it may be, right? I highly recommend going over to otterspirit.com. I have the same three bracelets that I always promote, because these are the only ones I have, and these are the ones I selected, right? Rose quartz, citrine, and green jade. I love those three stones. I'm not saying they're the only stones I love, but they seem to be the stones that are working really well for me. And it just I didn't really feel an urge to purchase black tourmaline, because I already have a ring of black tourmaline. So I thought, you know what? Let me gear my focus more towards stability, prosperity, self-healing, confidence, creativity, and that. But they work well for me. I understand they won't work well for everyone, but if you are somebody that it does work well for, go over to otterspirit.com and use my code GeminiEM20 for a discount. And you guys know the drill. I'm going to promote these beautiful roses because, number one, they smell amazing, and number two, they last up to a year. Now imagine unlimited flowers, right, for a year. I'm a flower girly. I even have flowers here. Every single time they die, I do get upset, and I'm like, why? But I understand, that's just part of the drill, you know. But these last for a year. So if you guys are into flowers, specifically roses, the way I am, or you know someone who is, feel free to recommend them Rose Forever. Use my code Gemini20 for a discount of $20 off, okay? Free shipping, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna start the pile selection. So 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Pile 1, we have modern. Pile 2, we have compassion. Pile 3, we have resolution. Pile 4, we have forgiveness. Pile 5, we have ecstasy. And pile 6, we have involution. I'm actually really excited to do this reading. I don't know why, I feel like it's gonna be juicy, okay? So that being said, I'm gonna start, so. Let me move this up here. Ooh, I don't know what's happening here. I don't want to make the cards enter the wrong pile. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. Pile 1 at 444. Synchronicity, stability, right? So you guys chose modern. So how people are currently viewing you? Well, first of all, they're viewing you as someone stable if we have the 444, right? But you guys did choose modern. So modern does represent kind of breaking away from tradition, being unique, being more of this time, someone ahead of their time, okay? Unconventional, Aquarius-like. We have conserve, sorry. May you find the balance. And then we have you were right. I'm hearing calm, cool, collected. Guys, I did make a song called Zen, and I did have a music video for it, but I took it down, okay? Because insecurities. I was like, I don't think I look good in this. I don't think this is great. But the reason why I brought that up is because I heard Zen. So you guys are being seen as very balanced, very much cool, calm, collected. We have academic, so very intelligent. We have the Empress, which is Venus energy, Libra, Taurus energy. And then we have the King of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So how are you being viewed? Well, you're definitely being viewed as someone who's cool, calm, and collected. It's very hard to ruffle your feathers. You may have people who want to ruffle your feathers, but then you don't really give people a reaction. So it's making them feel like, they're a bit too calm. You know, because we have conserve. So you're being seen as someone who you are very selective with who you give your time and energy to. You don't just give your time and energy to just anyone. You're very selective, okay? You could be coming off as very closed off to certain people, but open to others. So people are starting to get the gist of like, okay, so Power One wants to be close with these people, but Power One may not want to be close with that people. Or if it's them who feels like they're on the sidelines and they feel like, okay, Power One is just selective. Power One can be bubbly. Power One can be out there and open, but just not with me, you know? But they're seeing is very selective with your time and with your energy. You're being seen as very attractive, by the way, with the Empress. Empress rules Venus, right? Venus is a very attractive planet, right? It's love and beauty. So you're being seen as someone who's very attractive, whether you're a man or a woman, someone who has it all together. So even if you don't have it all together, which no one needs to know if you don't, but people view you in that way. People make assumptions about you, you know? And it's funny because I get the same thing. People be making assumptions about me, things I've never even mentioned. People would automatically tell me things about myself that I've never even said. And I'm like, what made you think like that? And they're like, oh, I just assumed. I'm like, yeah, you're making assumptions. You don't know me, you know? So I feel like people just assume that you have your life together. You look attractive doing it. Things come to you easy. But this could be dangerous because that can make some people feel like, oh, you have it better than they do. Maybe you're someone who doesn't complain. Maybe you guys go through things, but you just don't complain about it. You just don't vent to anyone about it. So people just assume that you have your life together, okay? We do have the King of Cups. So yeah, I feel like people feel like you're emotionally mature and emotionally grounded, and very compassionate, emotionally intelligent, but not with the intention to manipulate. Because some people think, oh my God, emotional intelligence is so attractive, but it isn't, because sometimes people can use that to manipulate. But with you, people are seeing you as very grounded, very fair, very compassionate, and you just have a very strong level of maturity to you, okay? Very kind and very genuine, like it's not pretentious, okay? People also think that you're very intuitive and you're often right about things, because we have you are right, okay? So oftentimes you can have pattern recognition of something, and you're usually spot on. And people are starting to see that, yeah, Power One is often right about a lot of things. Even if in the moment they don't want to admit that you're right, later down the line, it is revealed that you are right all along, okay? But we do have academic. So people usually trust what you have to say because they assume that you're very intelligent. Now, being academic doesn't mean you're smart. I myself, I have a degree, I have a postgraduate, master's. I don't consider myself to be the most intelligent person on earth because of it. I really don't. I feel like it doesn't, not to dismiss anyone's hard work, but it doesn't take intelligence necessarily to do those things. You know, it just requires you to read up a lot of information and memorize it and then put it into essays and dissertations and stuff like that. And that's it really. You know, I feel like true intelligence can be measured in multiple ways. You know, not just about having a high IQ, what about a high EQ? You know, socially, emotionally, I could go on. But the fact is people see you as very intelligent and just academic overall, well-read, well-spoken. So people often trust what you have to say. You could have a level of just maturity to you. We do have, yeah, conserve. So you're very selective with who you give your time to. I'm getting, like, you give the vibes of someone who's like prestigious, you know, where people are like, okay, if Power One says this, then I approve of this. I can trust it because Power One said so, okay? Beauty and brains is what I'm getting. But we do have modern. So there's something about you that's very unique. So you don't stand, like, not to say you don't stand out, but you don't fit in, but at the same time you do. I don't know how to describe that. Like, you can tap into any sort of community and make yourself at home. But people can still acknowledge that there's something different about you, even within your own community. So there's something about you that's very new, like ahead of your time. You guys could also be very creative, but it's like you do things ahead of your time. If you're dressing a certain way, maybe the way you dress is also like ahead of your time. You're not afraid to experiment with your wardrobe, okay? But overall, sound, very good, okay? I'm going to move on to the next pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99. Now I'm going to move on to pile 2. Pile 2, we have 10 minutes and 40 seconds. So you guys chose compassion. Why am I hearing young and beautiful? But I'm hearing the specific lines. Will you still love me when you're no longer young and beautiful? And I heard summer nights. Okay, we have compassion. Let's see. Choices. May you see the opportunities. Then we have November. Some of you guys could be born in November. You don't have to be. We have loyalty. And then we have the Tower, which is Scorpio, Aries energy. So water and fire. And then we have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy again, which is water. Water and fire. Okay. November, you guys could be a Scorpio. You don't have to be. So how are people viewing you? Okay, I heard you've changed, and it's not just because the devil, it's not the devil, the Death card is here, but it's like transformation. You're doing a whole 180 in your life. You're no longer the same person that people used to know. People may have felt like you've gone through a change due to some sort of traumatic event that's happened, or maybe realizations that have happened in your life that you're realizing that is making you change. Because the Tower card is unexpected change. So people feel like you're really, really changing. Like you're doing things that they never expected you to do. You're moving a certain way that they never expected. And I don't know if people are happy about this or upset about this, but this is just me just saying how people are currently viewing you. We do have loyalty though. So people see you as someone who's humble. Like you never switched up on people. And if you have been very different with people lately, it's only because you're becoming more aware of who you want around you and who you don't, who you can truly trust and who you don't. Maybe there are people you don't trust, so you're kind of keeping your distance from them. But there are people that you have trusted and that you feel like, yeah, no, I can continuously trust this person. You keep them around you. That's why you're being seen as loyal. You guys could be very loyal in your relationships and your friendships. And it's like, as long as they have not switched up on you, you don't switch up on them. Like you're like this, okay? So people are seeing you as someone who you're very devoted when it comes to the people that you love, despite the fact that you are changing right now, okay? Within November here, this could represent Sagittarius and Scorpio energy. So it's like a part of you is very free-spirited, enlightened, but that can't be tamed, you know, always being unpredictable. But then the other side of you could be like very deep and intense, where it's just like a Scorpio, like you're being very secretive and very mysterious about the way you move, you know. But people don't take it as a sneaky way. They take it as in like, okay, I don't know what to expect next with pile 2, but you know, pile 2 is definitely changing. It's giving that energy. But we do have choices and see the opportunities. You guys may have gone through a transformation or maybe going through a transformation that's making you change drastically. And because of that, it's allowing you more doors to opportunity. So say, for example, if you are very shy and introverted, you didn't want to put yourself out there. And now finally, you're going through changes that make you a bit more bold, a bit more courageous, more like a Sagittarius. And now it's making you have access to people who want to invite you to brand deals or invite you out or invite you to brand new opportunities because you're becoming more open. But you guys could just be very selective with who you're being open with. And people see you as someone who's in a position where you're very blessed, like you have choices. Okay, so maybe you guys went from a Scorpionic energy to a Sagittarius energy, where it's like Scorpios are a bit more intense, a bit more mysterious, you know, sometimes closed off to some, but then it's like now Sagittarius is kind of like bold and blunt and out there, you know. But we do have compassion though. So people are seeing you as someone who's very compassionate to those you love. You try not to judge people because you understand that we're all human beings. We're all trying to navigate through life. And perhaps maybe you have shared experiences. So it's like, oh, well, who am I to judge? I've gone through this, you know. But I'm getting this compassion can also be pointed within. So some people are looking at you as someone who's learning how to love yourself. You're being more compassionate to yourself because maybe you're so used to being there for other people that for once you're like, okay, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to pour in myself and figure out who am I and what are the parts of myself that I want to change. And that's what's fueling this transformation. But that within itself is an act of self-love. And some people could be looking at this compassion from that angle, okay? But overall, you're someone who's gone through mad changes, maybe even a glow up. Maybe that's why we have extra choices. Like maybe you guys had, not to say that you guys were not attractive, but maybe you guys are attractive, but you've become even more attractive. You've changed things up, and it's allowing you more opportunities to explore with different potentials in love, like different love options, you know. But this could also just be life options in general. People see you being a lot more open-minded. I'm hearing good googly moogly. That thing is juicy. So you guys, maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys got BBLs, or you guys been working hard at the gym, or you're just eating the oats, right? There's something about you that got more curvy, or like you're just looking more juicy. Whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Like you're just looking different, and people can see it. People notice, okay? I heard fragile, so maybe people seeing you as someone who's more sensitive, but not in a way where you want to cry about every little thing, but you pay attention to the little things. People can't hide things from you anymore. Like, you know too much. Like, you will pick things up like that, okay? Yeah, you guys are very different. Even to the friends that you may have grown up with, you're very different to them, you know, because I heard juxtaposition. So people can feel you outgrowing them. And I also just heard absence, so people feel like they're not seeing enough of you because you're out here transforming. You guys are the type of people that you transform within by yourself, away from everyone, and then you pop out looking different and moving different, okay? But that's how people are currently viewing you. I'm gonna end that one there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, my starting tier is at £2.99, okay? So pile 3 is 16 minutes and 53 seconds. You guys chose resolution. I'm hearing a teacher, a guru. Okay, so you guys may have a certain position in life, okay? But let's see, we have resolution. Maybe you're in a position where you can help people, you can guide people. Some of you guys may have platforms, okay? We have offering, may you honor the earth. We have save me. We have Gemini, okay, so you guys could be Geminis. We have the 6 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, how are people currently viewing you? Okay, people are currently viewing you as somebody who, with the 6 of Wands, you could be very successful. As I mentioned before, not for everyone in this group, but some of you have platforms. So you could be my fellow tarot readers or just influencers. You'd be surprised, okay? Even to my other tarot readers out there, you'd be surprised at who watches you. Because there are people that watch me that I didn't even know watch me, where I'm like gobsmacked. I'm like, you watch me? You watch me in my little ass channel? You know? But it's like sometimes people don't want to get caught watching you, because especially if you do tarot, it could be very taboo, you know? But you don't have to have a platform on this page, but that's just for some people. Even if you don't have a platform, people are seeing you as very successful, or someone who's destined to be successful. You're also being someone who's very much attractive, but also in a way where you're like a catch. So it's not just about, oh my god, pile 3 looks good. Like, you're a catch, you're the full package. So you may have your money, you may be looking good, you may be intelligent, like you just have it all, you know? So you're a catch. You're someone who a lot of people admire, people look up to, people may even want your validation, okay? But it's like, the sad thing about this part is, what I'm picking up is, sometimes people would love the idea of you, they love your essence, they love what you represent, what you can add to their life, and how it will look being with you. But when it comes to actually knowing you, actually getting to know you in your true core and its entirety, not many people can handle that. Sometimes people turn dark, they develop a jealousy, or they end up attacking you, or they feel like you're too hard to control, because maybe you guys are in a prestigious position where, you know, people can't tell you nothing, you know, so it makes them feel inadequate, right? So I'm getting an energy of someone who a lot of people do admire, but you may keep people at arm's length, okay? Yeah, you'll see it's very popular, maybe even borderline famous, hood famous, local famous, okay? But we do have the Ace of Pentacles, so this is all about stability. So people feel like you are very stable and you're very good at accumulating wealth, accumulating abundance, or it's just your energy that exudes that. For all we know, you could be feeling like, nah, Gemini Empress, I'd be struggling. But people don't assume that though. People like to, because how people view you is based on their perception. It may not even be reality, right? But people feel like you're always chasing opportunities, or opportunities are always given to you. So that's why they see you as someone who's stable. But I feel like this is so energetic. It's not just about what you physically have. It's just more like an energy you exude. Because we have Save Me. You guys may have attracted a lot of narcissistic people in your past. And if so, I am so sorry. Dealing with narcissists is not cute, okay? I'm thankful that I no longer deal with such people. But my God. Because I have pattern recognition. I can sense it. As soon as I sense someone has it in them, I'm like, yeah. You can't get that close. But with the Save Me, you may have attracted people who are in need of saving. A lot of people are broken. You guys could have a really healing energy, a really angelic like aura, right? And people often look to you for advice and for help, and sometimes validation. Some of you guys could just also be very intelligent people. Some of you guys could be Virgos, Geminis, Pisces, Aquarius. Yeah, just those are the signs that were screaming out to me. People will look to you for a lot of support and a lot of advice, okay? They see you as wise, okay? And someone who's going to help them. And it's not just about what you have to offer and your resources and your intelligence, but it's like your kindness, your heart. People can see your heart. It's a humanitarian heart, okay? But we have Gemini. So yeah, you may be coming across like a Gemini if you're not a Gemini. So you could be very unpredictable. You could be someone who has a wealth of knowledge in many different areas. So people just see you as like, wow, the full package. Okay, you can adapt to anyone or anything, any situation. And maybe that's how you're coming across. In the midst of adversity, you adapt, okay? But we do have offerings. So yeah, people feel like you have a lot to offer, or that a lot of things are being offered to you. So that is how you're currently being viewed. But again, as I said, resolution. People are looking at you as someone who you have all the answers. You could even have secret answers that you may not be sharing. People may feel like you're gatekeeping something, okay? But overall, you're being viewed as someone who people can rely on, okay? A sense of support and safety, okay? That people really honor. And honestly, just winning in life. Just winning, doing your own thing. Geminis, I like to think of Geminis as like fairies. They're just in their own little world. They just do what makes them happy, even if it's unhinged, even if it's impulsive or random. That's why we get along with signs like fire signs, or other air signs, But yeah, I'm not getting any structure. It's just, you just live your life, okay? Even if you're not a Gemini, you may have it in your chart, or you just exude that energy, okay? But that's all I'm getting. I'm trying to see if I'm getting anything else. You are a temptation, because I think I better leave right now before I fall any deeper. So you make people fall in love with you and they feel like this is too intense for me, so let me but this could also be the other way around, where you feel like, oh, this is getting intense, I need to go, I need to leave, I'm getting too close to this person and I did not intend to get that close. So people may sense that energy that you are giving towards them, okay? But regardless, that's what I'm getting for pile number 3. I'm going to end it there. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, the starting tier is at £2.99, okay? Pile 4, 23 minutes and 12 seconds. You guys chose forgiveness. So how are people viewing you? We have wish, may your wishes be granted. We have January. We have April. So winter seasons, spring seasons, an ending, a beginning. I'm hearing Spring Day by BTS. It's in Korean. Feel free to give it a listen and watch with English subtitles, because it has some meaning there. Some of you may also be viewed as someone who's gone through depression and you've worked really hard to fight out of it, or you could be fighting through it. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups, which is water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air sign energy. January is like Capricorn, Aquarius season, so earth and air. We have water here. And then we also have April, which is Aries and Pisces season. Is it? No, it's Taurus. It's Aries and Taurus season, so fire and earth. So earth, fire, air, all of the shebang, okay? How are people currently viewing you? People feel like you're withdrawn from them. We do have the 4 of Cups. So this could be someone who's like emotionally unavailable, but also withdrawn. For a very small percentage of you, some people may assume you're depressed because you like to keep to yourself, you don't like to mingle with people, you may have no facial expression, so people just assume that you're just like done with life. But for others of you, it's just more of like just keeping them at a distance or keeping them at bay. I don't know, some people may feel like you're mad at them. I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on. Some people may feel like you're angry with them, because the Four of Cups is like, don't talk to me, I'm closed off to you. And then we have the Knight of Swords next to it, which is like a confrontation sort of energy, where it's like, let me tell you something. Like, let me put you in your place. And then we have forgiveness. So I'm not getting that like people are viewing you as someone who's trying to seek forgiveness in someone. People, it's giving me more of the energy that people want your forgiveness. Okay, I feel like people are looking at you in a way where like they really crave your forgiveness. Maybe you have people who have wronged you and they want to right your wrongs, but I'm getting an energy where like you may not have confronted people about it. Some of you have, but a lot of you haven't. Like, you've just kind of been like, it kind of reminds me of a post that I saw. I think it was on Intuitive Rose's story, and I reshared that because it's so true. It was basically a quote that was talking about like, you know, when you just remove people from your life, like you don't, like, just because you don't address something doesn't mean you didn't peep the weird shit. You know, it's like, I saw it, I didn't address it, and I removed myself, because you know what you've done. It's giving that energy. So like, you guys may be in this energy with someone, and people are viewing you as someone who, like, they feel like they've done something wrong, or some people don't even know what they've done wrong. They feel like you're distant, they're taking it personally, but you're coming across as someone who's emotionally unavailable, or you're closed off to them. And people are wanting your forgiveness. They're feeling, what did I do wrong? Or if they know what they've done, they're like, I want to rectify it. Like, people want to have access to you. But here's the thing though, I'm being called to talk about people wanting to have access to you, but not valuing you. And there's a reason why you could be close off to these people. And I'm not just being biased with you guys just because you guys are my subscribers, but that's just the energy I'm picking up on. So it could be a case where it's like, okay, cool. All right, you're sorry. Okay, great. But that doesn't change the fact that, you know, you're someone I need to stay away from. Okay. You could be blocking people, but people could be seeing you as someone who's willing to stand up for yourself, like willing to fight. Like, even if you're not saying anything, they're still afraid to come towards you, even though they want your forgiveness, because they're scared of the backlash. They're scared that you'll lash out at them and be like, oh yeah, let me tell you something. So they're keeping at distance, okay? They're seeing you as putting endings to things, because the January is like representative, at least in the UK, of like a new year. And like, it's still winter though, because it's still cold around January time in the UK. So it's kind of like winter's like, things are dead, okay? But January's a new beginning. But then with April, it's also springtime, a new beginning. Like, I'm getting like you're just getting rid of old people or just old things that no longer resonate with you, and you're trying to welcome into the new, because we do have wish. May your wishes be granted. So you guys may be trying to bring some manifestations into your life and change your ways and change the way you live your life, and it requires getting rid of people. Maybe these people live a certain lifestyle that you no longer resonate with, so you're trying to keep your distance from them. It could be having them feel some type of way. Ow. Some people are taking it personally though. I heard melodrama. Someone misses you in this pile, because I'm hearing a song that's in, what's it called? I think it's called My Love, but it's in Arabic and it's in also, I think, Danish. I could be wrong, but it's like, Ya Habibi, I don't know Arabic fluently, but yeah, like, I don't know who sings it though. I think it begins with an E. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm getting like someone's really missing you. It's like I think that song's about missing someone, like, Ya Habibi. So it's like, my love, like, it's almost like an energy of like, come back to me, like, I'm yearning for you, you know? So someone wants your forgiveness. This could even be a lover, an ex-lover. Someone really feels a distance from you. They feel you pulling away, or maybe you guys could have been in no contact with this person completely, and this is someone who's really missing you, okay? So they're viewing you as emotionally closed off, or you're gonna square up if you have to, okay? And you're trying to manifest something new into your life. They see you trying to move on with your life, okay? I heard square. So people are seeing you as like, you could be coming off as very boring on purpose, like strategic. Low-key, I do that with people. Like when I don't trust someone, I become very boring on purpose, where I'm like, I'm not going to engage in conversation. I'm not going to give you something to bond with me about. You're not getting anything. So this is how you could be viewed. Okay, so I run out of space. So pile 5. Okay, I can't give you the timestamp, but we have Ecstasy. Okay, so how are people currently viewing you? We have Charm. May you see the magic in small things. I think this needs to be lower because you can't really see much of the cards. Okay, we have Almost There, and then we have Pregnancy. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we have the 2 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Water and Earth mostly. So how are people currently viewing you, pile 5? If you're in a relationship, people are preying this relationship, they're viewing you as coupled up, booed up, whatever it may be. They see you as also just working on things that mean a lot to you. So working on your relationships, working on your jobs, just working in life. Like people just see you very consistent with whatever you've got going on. They see you being very consistent. If you guys have been going to the gym, been trying to lose weight, people see you as continuously working on that and they're seeing results. For some of you, we have pregnancy. So some of you guys could be pregnant and people are noticing that. But if you're not pregnant and you know damn well there's no way you can get pregnant, then people are talking about the growth. Okay, people feel like you've been very consistent with whatever you're working on and they're starting to see growth in you. I feel like a lot of people are obsessed with you, Power 5. I can't lie. You guys did choose Ecstasy. So people are very much obsessed with whatever you've got going on. They're lurking behind the shadows. Even if they don't like your content or even if they don't like leave signs that they're obsessing over what's going on in your life, they are. They always want to know everything. They always want to be kept in the loop. You are people's secret addiction, okay? They don't want to admit it, but everyone just can't stop wanting to know about your life, okay? Maybe you just have a lot going on and they're just seeing you progress. Maybe people are monitoring your journey to success. They're monitoring you go through win after win after win after win, and they're just monitoring it, okay? Because we have Almost There. So people feel like if you have a certain goal that you're trying to achieve, you're almost there. People feel like you're destined for whatever you're working towards because you have a goal that you're trying to hit and you're almost there, you know? We do have Charm. You see the magic in small things. So people are seeing is very charming. People, if you are into spirituality, which I mean, most likely if you're watching videos like this, people see you as someone who like you work really well with manifestation. You work well with whatever you're doing. It seems to be working successfully for you. People may feel like you dabble into magic. Now, ciao. That may not be the case, but this is people making assumptions. So they see that maybe whatever you do, whatever your spiritual practice may be, it's working for you, but they're seeing the progress. But you have people who are so heavily invested into your life, okay? And it's weird because it's giving a weird energy that they won't leave evidence that they are, but they are. So say for example, you post something on your story. There's few people that are always watching your story. They may not like it, but they're invested, okay? But people see you as just enjoying your life with your boo thing, if you have a boo thing. If you don't have a boo thing, then people see you connecting with a good friend, a close friend, or just certain people in general, and they're seeing progression. This pregnancy, maybe people are monitoring your relationship, the growth of it. Like, is it going to lead to marriage? Is it going to lead to having a baby? Is it going to progress? Like, people are monitoring whatever you've got going on, whatever you're trying to make happen. People are so fixated on it, okay? Very nosy. Very, very nosy, because I'm getting like, these are people who won't go out their way to talk to you, by the way. These are people who just obsess with your life. They will talk about you, but they won't talk to you. And they're just trying to monitor it, okay? It's like you're coming up as the topic of conversation for a lot of people, okay? Even if you're not in a relationship, like it's just progress in general. You could be doing partnerships or doing collabs or just, you know, that kind of stuff. People are trying to monitor the progress, okay? But with the Charm, yeah, people feel like you're very charming and you get what you want because of how charming you're coming across, or if you're into the occult, like it's working for you. Can you clarify Charm? I feel like people see you as someone who's hard not to like. So even if you have haters, even your haters feel like it's so stupid to hate on you, but they just do, you know? I feel like your haters don't want to hate on you, but they just do. Can you clarify this Charm? Yeah, people find you good looking. Empress, okay. Even if you're a man watching this, take it as a compliment. You're attractive. You can charm your way out of anything or into anything, if you know what I'm saying. Like, people are seeing you as very attractive. So, like, you get what you want. People may feel like you have pretty privilege, and that is why you're getting what you want. People feel like all you got to do is, and people are willing to do anything and everything for you, okay? Because they feel like it's because of your good looks that things work well for you. Now, pretty privilege is very real. We live in a very shallow society, if I'm going to be completely honest. So make use of it. Make use of it. You know, if you got it, make use of it, you know? But yeah, people feel like, yeah, that's the reason why they're very hell-bent into knowing what's in your life. Some of you guys would be shocked to know that, though. I feel like some of you guys don't believe that you're very beautiful. Some of you guys don't believe that you have pretty privilege. You guys don't believe that people view you in this way, but it's true. And the other half of you guys know this, but it's like, I needed that validation. I needed a confirmation that this is what I'm feeling, because I don't want to be conceited now. But yeah, you guys are very attractive people. You just have to sit pretty and that's it. Or sit handsome and that's it, you know? Everything else aligns. And people feel like things are working out for you because of how you look. And yeah, but we do have pregnancy in the Empress, so you guys could be pregnant for some of you out there. If you are, congratulations. Wishing you a safe delivery. And yeah, I'm just getting people are monitoring the progress of whatever's going on in your life. But they see it's big progress because the Empress is literally progress. People may be feeling that you're using either magic or manifestation or even prayer to God to bring things into fruition, to make things happen. And they see it working for you. So they're monitoring you. This could even be people who slept on you. This could even be people who didn't even believe in you. They feel like, oh, I doubt that's going to work out for so-and-so. Like, but it's almost like God had to cloak you. God had to make people sleep on you so that they were not going to see the next thing that was going to come by out of the woodworks. It was all intentional. It was all part of the plan. And now people are seeing that. So this could be a business thing for some of you. Okay. But regardless, it's working well. You could be also getting closer to a certain friend that may help you get through certain things in your life or help elevate your career. So say, for example, if you're friends with someone who has a lot of followers, hanging out with them is going to boost your business, for example. Or maybe you guys are collaborating. Okay, this is very common in the dance community. So yeah. So maybe that's how people are viewing you right now, but they're viewing you as very beautiful. You're glowing up and people are just invested like to the core, okay? But they're rooting for you though because they see that you're almost there, okay? I'm going to move on to the last pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do want a personal reading, just email me. If you want to join my membership, my starting tier is at £2.99, okay? So last pile, sixth pile. We have Involution. Okay, so let's see how people are currently viewing you. We have Shadow, may what is hidden come to light. We have Healing. We have I'm using you. We have 10 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have the 8 of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Okay, my son's crying. 1 second. Okay, so basically, how are people viewing you, pile 6? I'm not gonna lie, people view it as very distant. People could assume that you're going through something very difficult. And I say this because I'm getting the energy of someone pushing everyone away. So maybe if you used to upload a lot of things on your YouTube, maybe you no longer upload like that. Like you've slowed down in uploading and people are picking up on it. They're like, is pile 6 okay? They used to upload so much, now they no longer upload. They used to be very open and now they're very closed off. Oh my God, I feel like they've blocked me. I feel like they've unfriended me. What's going on? I'm not hearing much from pile 6 anymore. Like people feel like you're in your head. With this 8 of Swords, this is like over analyzing things. People are seeing you as someone who's very sensitive. People may also feel like you're prone to lashing out or you take things to heart. It may not be true, guys, so trigger warning, but people are just seeing you as someone who's over analyzing things and thinking of the worst case scenario, and they feel like you need to heal because they feel like it's not as bad as you're making it out to be. And that's not me saying it, but that's just how people are viewing you, okay? We do have the 10 of Wands as well. So people feel like you're under a lot of pressure. You could have a lot of responsibilities, or you may be going through feeling overwhelmed, having burnout, whatever it may be. Like people feel like you just have a lot going on, so you're keeping your distance or you're very, very busy, but against your will. Like you don't want to be busy like this, okay? But with the 2 of Pentacles, like, yeah, people feel like you have a lot of things to juggle and you're keeping at a distance because you may have a lot on your mind anyway, and then you have all these other things to deal with. It could be overstimulating, okay? It could be stressful. Like some people may feel like you're stressed, okay? We do have I'm using you. this is for some of you. You guys could be losing your hair a little bit. Like someone could be feeling stressed and it's manifesting in hair loss, or it's manifesting in looking older, or manifesting in breakout, you know, whatever it may be. Okay, we do have healing. So yeah, people are seeing you as someone who's going through a sense of healing, trying to find yourself, trying to, you know, heal even physically. Like you may have physical ailments, something wrong with your health that you're trying to heal. But we have I'm using you. Okay, 1 second, guys. Yeah, so it's like with the I'm using you, people may be using you as a little bit of motivation. So they may be aware of what you've gone through or have an inkling of what you're going through. So they're using you as like a topic of discussion, like, oh, look what pile 6 is going through, so you shouldn't complain. Or look what pile 6 can achieve, so you can achieve this, so you shouldn't complain about your life. It kind of like that. For some of you, the I'm using your card could be pertaining to you feeling used by people in general, so you've kept at a distance from other people. Some of you may feel like you don't want to hang out with people or exchange notes, if you will, because you feel like you're being used by people. You feel like people may not value you, or this is what the energy is being interpreted as. Like you may feel like people don't value you as a person, but like they can take from you. So as a result, you may have been like, you know what, screw everyone. I don't know who I can trust. I don't know who actually values me. So I'm gonna take my distance. This kind of reminds me of when I was in secondary school. When I was a little kid, I felt like I had a friend that a lot of people liked, and people would often become friends with me just to get to my friend, and it was annoying. And that's not even my friend's fault. My poor friend's thinking like, we're just trying to enjoy our alone time. But it got to a point where I'm like, I had to break away from that friend just to figure out who actually wants to be friends with me, for me, and not to use me as a stepping stool to get to so and so. And through doing that, I realized who actually enjoyed my company and who actually liked me, and who was just kind of using me as a stepping stool. So similarly, you guys could be going through a period of time where you're like, I don't know who's real and who isn't. I don't know who's truly invested in me as a person and who isn't. So I'm going to take a step out and focus on myself. And through that, I'll be able to gain the clarity I need to decide who is worth being around me and who isn't. You know, it's giving that sort of vibe. And who's using me and who's not using me. Who genuinely appreciates me and who doesn't, you know. So you guys could be in hermit mode. Okay, we do have shadow, so may what is hidden come to light. Some people could be viewing you as someone who's going through a lot of shadow work, but maybe you've gone through a lot of trauma, and some people are seeing this manifest in, I don't know, if you've lashed out at people or if you're just taking some space away from people. It's coming up in some shape or form that you're going through healing. Some of you guys could be going through therapy, okay? So people see you as someone who's focused on your healing journey in general, and you just don't want to be bothered, because we do have involution. So this is all about going within. And sometimes it's needed, spiritual awakening. Not all the answers can be found outside of yourself. Sometimes the answers are found within. And sometimes you need that time away from people to come to that realization, you know? So my younger son keeps interrupting this because he keeps fighting with his older brother. So I'm going to end it there. And because he keeps crying, this could be symbolic for the fact that some people think that you're crying behind closed doors. Like you're upset and you don't want people to know about it. And you'd rather struggle by yourself, okay? I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.